that story, that report of what happened yesterday. What more would you be able to read from that in terms of, you know, the broad-based government, the expansion of this broad-based government, the jostling of positions, the calming of the mountain tensions? What else would be in it for these two leaders?
You know, I will not speak from a point of ignorance. Politics is about perception. And if the perception of Ruto and Uhuru coming together, if there is anybody in this country, you know, me, I have nothing against Ruto. I have nothing against, both of them are my friends. Both of them have worked with them. And I have no problem with any. Mm-hmm. But I will not judge or condemn any of them and say that Uhuru is a spent cartridge. I will not do that. Any leader, either elected or formerly elected, he has his following of either 10, 5, 15% from where he comes from. Today, if somebody wants to get something from Mheshimiwa here, his constituency, and he is very adamant that he don't want to join them, he will simply go to his opponent. And we cannot ignore his opponent in totality. He has something to offer. Either 2, 3, 4, 5%, he has. So, Uhuru being a former president and being a person from Mount Kenya, I will not write him off. Okay? And the direction he takes, it may not sway 100% of Mount Kenya, but it will have some percentage. And that is exactly what Ruto needs from Mount Kenya. Anybody who can bring 5, 3, 10% to his basket, that is what he wants. And any politician with vision, you will not ignore that. Ignore Mutambu in Mwingi Central at your own Peru. Ignore Kakuya in Embakasi at ignore Mheshimiwa of Behere at your own Peru, because he has his constituency and he has his people, whether you like him or not, and those are facts. Coming back to where we are, we know there is a lot of tension in Mount Kenya. And those who are telling us there is no tension, then I don't know where they come from. We live in this country. We know Mheshimiwa Gachagua, former DP, is pulling on this direction. He has his supporters, okay? We know very well that there is, you know, people can pretend. People can say there's no problem. But we know what happened between Gachagua and Uhuru. It is very difficult for any person to forget. Someone may forgive, but to forget what happened. You see, when you see Uhuru and Gachagua sitting down, what is Uhuru thinking? Is he thinking on how he was abused? Is he thinking about his ship which was stolen? What is he thinking at that particular moment when they are sitting together? Yeah. You know, and those are people who also, everyone has his own muscle. You also see there is somebody called Njenga, the one you call Mungiki. There is a group which is terming these people as illegal group, which is maybe true. And those are the leaders who are in that mountain. So as much as we know the mountain is gone from Ruto, we know there are some issues. And it is very true, and I know it, that mountain fought in a certain pattern. To what direction? I don't know. And I will not assume that, yes, there is a big number in mountain of 5 million votes. Then I say that 5 million votes will form the government tomorrow, or will unseat Ruto. And I see it pretty. I have said, and I'm going to repeat, I have not seen organized group today, because they are not organized. And Mheshimiwa is telling us to wait until the last minute. I was there 2022 with Uhuru. And we told him, Ruto has gone so deep. And we were told, no, don't worry. The president will go around Mount Kenya one day and everything will change. Did anything change? Nothing changed. This last minute, this Johnny come late, will not change. There is a way Kenyans take their politics. Mm-hmm. You don't expect Kenyans to just wake up on a voting day and they are told, today Gachagua is our candidate, so we are going to vote for him, and we go that direction. No. This kind of crowd you see following people, I will not translate that to vote. No. These Gen Zs you see in the street crying and saying, we are the majority, we are good. No. I can tell you, each and every leader has a say with the so-called Gen Zs where they come from. I cannot guarantee 100% votes from Gachagua's constituency of Gen Z voting against Gachagua, because he also commands them. He commands some, and some of the Gen Zs are his sons and daughters. So he commands a group of that age group you are calling Gen Z. The political leaders commands them. You go to Babu's or Owino's constituency, and you want to tell me all the Gen Zs they will vote against Babu Owino? There are those who live with him on every day. And the moment I confine myself on that voting box, that is what I think. People held here in Nairobi, we were there with Gachagua. When the people said Sonko cannot become a governor, Sonko is a thief, Sonko is not learned, Sonko has not done this. But when it came to voting, that person went to that box and thought two things. This Sonko man carried my mother with his Sonko rescue team to Bari. Am I going to vote for him, or am I going to deny him vote? Definitely the mind has gone. So when we sit here and assume that, we have Gen Z, we have Mulima, we have Kalonzo coming in, and we are going to remove Ruto, that is not the strategy. And this is what politicians need to understand. We need to come up with a strategy. How do you remove him? And if this man is going to an extent of reaching Uhuru Kenyatta, I'm telling you, he has the ability, and he will have the ability to reach out to Gachagua. He will have ability and to reach out to Mutambu. He will have the ability to reach out to others. And that's what we need to be worried of. If he is moving in that direction, this is not something to ignore. You ignore it at Honperu. So when I sit here and I hear somebody saying, no. Uhuru will not make a decision for us, my friend, in politics, things are different from what we see. We had, let me stress this point.
Yes.
For Kenyans to understand, we had Bishop Muiru, who was, any time he called for rally in Uhuru Park, it was full. So he looked at it and he said, I can become president tomorrow. He never got 2,000 votes. Those people who